You know, a lot of reasons people come to work at AOE, a chance to be somebody, go in business for themselves, travel, have their own business, become financially independent if you're good enough. But you know one of the reasons at the top is recognition. And we had an awards banquet one night, and I had an idea. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that same $50 that I spent, I'm going to go out and buy some T-shirts. And I was so excited, I just knew I had a great thing going. And I went home to tell Ann she was getting ready to go to the banquet, you know. And I went home, you know, I said, Ann, I'm so excited. Look here what I got. I got a way to recognize all the people. And I showed her the T-shirt. And she said, well, throw up. Art, I can't believe you. And I'm not going to go up there and watch you make a fool out of yourself. Now, you can do that to high school kids, but you can't do that to adults. But we did it.
I guarantee this means something to him. The thing I've come to love about you the most, Steve, is you want to. John, to me, and his teammates were scrap iron. He was the toughest, meanest SOB there's ever been in A.O. Williams. He would get after you like you can't believe. And man, in my toughest of times, I knew there was somebody in Fort Lauderdale that would never quit.
We got people that come to RVP meetings now that some of them making seven-figure income, some being paid $3 and $4 and $5 and $6, $700,000, and we're up there calling their name, and their heart's racing a little bit. But $1.50 T-shirt, heart's racing, you know, a little bit. And you know what? Some of these guys are being paid a couple $100,000 a year. Don't get a T-shirt. You know what they do when the meeting's over? They go back up to the room and they cry and beat their head against the wall.
I've got for my inner circle and for the NSD stud trip in Palm Springs, I got a new award. It's the Pansy Award. It's a 4-foot trophy with flowers, pansies out here. You know what that stands for, right? So some of y'all that don't want to compete, you're going to be the recipient of the first A.O. Williams Pansy Award, right? Hey, don't get the first Pansy Award. Okay, out there.
20% of a sale, one sale, would have given him $3,400 in income. So this is a pretty expensive T-shirt, Harold. $3,400. You ought to tack that on your wall. Not many people pay that kind of money for a T-shirt anymore. You know what that T-shirt represents? It represents your dadgum life. That's all. That's just everything. That just means that you're somebody, that you're a stud, that you're a dadgum leader, that you make a dadgum difference, that you're somebody people can count on.
I sleep with a stud.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, if I was John Addison, I mean this sincerely. If I was John Addison for the next 6 months, I wouldn't ask Art Williams to speak. I wouldn't ask Rusty Crosser to speak as good as he is, or Randy Godfrey. I wouldn't let, especially you big bass shop guys that hold people back, I certainly wouldn't ask none of you to speak, you know. For the next 6 months, John Addison, I wouldn't have nobody speak but this man. Honestly, I'd have him every Monday on Monday morning TV. I'd have him speak at every super seminar, every RVP meeting. And if your little finger, if you were half as good as Mike Tuttle just in your little finger as he is, you'd be a superstar. So, Bobby, I got your little T-shirt, the King Stud of Studville.
When we became a sales force of 225,000, the first thing I did every day when I went to my office, before I did anything else, I signed 200 go-go letters personally, congratulating somebody that was just promoted to RVP or NSD or just joining our team. Always remember, folks, your people are your greatest asset. You win with people. You don't win with products. You don't win with commissions. You don't win with your contests. Always remember, when you look at each person in your organization, pretend they've got a sign, a big neon sign on their dadgum chest that says, make me feel special, make me feel important. Building great teams begins with building personal relationships.
But I mean, in my toughest times, when I didn't know if I could keep on keeping on, I would see Francis Everett, and I'd see Jenny Carter, and I'd say, gosh, if they can do it, I can do it. She made me tougher. She made me better. I love you.
You master the art of recognition. You don't miss a dadgum opportunity to let your people know when they do something, you love them and you're proud of them and you appreciate them. You send them a letter, give them a termite pin, give them a t-shirt, give them a flag. You put the name on a dadgum lid. Let them know you're proud of them.